better for them, the way that we've seen things going so far. And I think it's going to be up to GamerZone to try and limit the amount of money they can have early into this game, because the big problem, although it's something that we harp on pretty much, is that double orb setup was filthy. Like, Fur also had a fantastic game, which the Mirage is another one of the maps that you sort of enjoy watching him on. So I think this should be an exciting match, and hopefully we're going to see a little bit more from Torzi, because he was very, very good in the first map. Didn't really have the same impact. As said, like, that's what you expect from an aggressive orb, a little bit hit and miss, but if GamerZone can get him and Corey going at the same time, which has not happened yet, then hey, maybe they can take this one.
I think back to a core from Tricked, actually, where we saw him really start to do well on the T side with AWP, but we have to look at this pressure coming in out of the side of GamerZone directly onto the B side. Crazy Dare leading the charge, and unfortunately, he does get put down.
Even still, they've managed to get rid of Tackle on the site. They're trying to defend the plant, and they will succeed as well, but Fallen quick to turn things back, running in. They now know he's there, so he just decides to pick up the pace and is quickly met with death. Instead, it's left all onto KNG. 1 versus 3 in a passive position being held by GamerZone, just waiting patiently. They don't want to face him. He doesn't even have a kit, so the time not going to be there for him anyway, but it will be Torzi to put him down. A good start to him. Mentioned him at the beginning. He's already got 4 kills.
Yes, I wanted to mention him. I mentioned a core earlier on from Trick just because we saw him play aggressively with AWP on Mirage against Virtus Pro, and it worked well. He actually got quite a few opening picks, and I wonder if Torres is going to be able to do the same here on Mirage on this T side if they're able to get the weapon into his hands. And then maybe Corey's more of the passive defensive offer that we'll see on the CT side. Just kidding. We're probably going to see Torres playing off the entire time. Yeah. If we see a double off setup, I would imagine Corey's going to be a lot more passive like we did see on Train.
Yeah, I could see the double orb working here. It's going to be a quick push once again. The SG leading the charge, but it's KNG to actually get the opener. In fact, 2 kills to his name already before he's eventually put down. But maybe too little too late for the T side. They've already lost so many members. It's left on to Corey to try and clutch this one out. Bomb within the site, so he kind of has to continue in this direction. Taco just going to be lurking underneath, not knowing that his opponent is currently above. But with clearing all these angles, he should be able to work this out and will turn and take down Corey. A good bounce back from the MIBR side, and pretty much the worst possible start you could hope for if you're a GamerZone fan.
Yeah, I mean, they're just going to be buying into Deagles off this. They have some utility use, luckily for them, but again, against the AK that they dropped over to MIBR in the hands of Taco now. The op picked up for KNG as well. That's such a big move to make on round 3. It looks like he wants to maintain control of middle here, especially through the window. Let's see if he hits these shots. Well, no.
See ya.
That's the answer.
Yeah, luckily they've got a second world-class orber who can just go and pick that up if he so pleases. But even still, that's a big cost. Like, no matter what, this is only pistol into this round. It is a full investment coming in from the side of GamerZone, but the fact that there's rifles in every single player, we haven't seen even a single SMG or maybe a player just waiting to get that AWP a little bit later, it means that even though Fallen has retrieved the orb, there is still a gun down ready.
I just don't imagine GamerZone's going to get in towards the window from here to pick it up, unfortunately, as they would love to have it, but you have Fallen with the op. Going to be watching towards B halls. And they're slowly creeping their way forward. Eventually, right as he unscopes as well, someone's going to peek, but it doesn't matter. Fallen gets 2. I imagine this could be a pretty solid hold. Eventually, Fallen will die here, but Taco with his USP out up against Corey. Well, he won't really be able to do much here. And now if Corey can potentially pull off another kill here, we could see massive round picked up for GamerZone. The problem is doesn't know where anyone is. He expects them coming from behind, and well, they were, just not from B Hall's behind. It was from the kitchen, from where he was currently looking. And MIBR do take the round, but that was a costly round still.
Yeah, luckily for MIBR, that was a full investment from GamerZone. So although like those sort of pistol rounds you don't really want doing that much damage, they still get this next freebie round, which is likely to be a very easy one for them. We'll see Corey invest into another Deagle just because he did so much damage in the last round. His Deagle basically paid for itself. Now we see the T's looking like they might just try and push in towards the A site, get themselves a bomb plant. Interested that the bomb hasn't gone towards the palace. Normally you want to give the bomb the fastest path to the site. Instead, they're going to try and get it to cross over, which I can't really see happening, although they have managed to already overwhelm one of the players. Nade going to be going through, but doesn't actually do so much damage. Shouldn't really be getting any else done, and yeah, the bomb is dropped on the floor. I'm quite surprised, really. Like, I think that when you have a bomb in that sort of scenario, it kind of needs to go through the palace for that exact reason. Like, I get that if it gets shut down, like getting the bomb back in that scenario is very, very difficult because you have to jump up on the balcony, but you're not really expecting to win the round in those scenarios. So just make sure the bomb can get there as quickly as possible.
Well, we talked about the double up on Train. We're going to be seeing it yet again on Mirage with KNG and Fallen together. I'm going to get really worried for GamerZone on their T side if MIBR don't get punished somehow for the double ops. This is where they can start to really build up some steam and really build up some momentum, I feel like. Especially if they can get a stable economy behind this. I think we're going to have to see GamerZone get an op in the hands of Torzy to combat. It looks like they're just trying to feel out MIBR, spread out across the entire map, looking for any pushes, any aggressive plays.
We got beard cam.
It's a great shot, yeah. For all the beard enthusiasts out there.
Be great if it just started moving.
The beard?
It was a ferret the whole time. It would have been even better if they zoomed out there and he was wearing the like bad falling glasses.
I thought you were going to talk about asking if you can borrow the ferret for your head.
I don't know if it's big enough. He's got a reasonable amount of hair though, to be fair. I'm sure he can spare some.
Lucas is going to be receiving. Man, well, he didn't even have much of a chance there towards he takes his head clean off his shoulders. They expect the second player back towards balcony though. Well, they do. They spray it down. The problem is the flashbang going to come through. Arby's going to finally be able to trade out against this. Man advantage still over to GamerZone. Ball not able to make its way through, and Taco, don't think he was spotted, but you can see their shots riding off in his direction. Eventually spots out the two players towards ramps and backs away, but Arby has come alive here with his 2 kills.
Ooh.
Fallen showing he's still got it when it counts. 2 players left to find. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so low on HP though. You know that there's going to be the temptation to go for this, but at the same time, financially, it might be the better idea just to try and save his gun, and I think that is what he's going to be going for, to our dismay and disappointment, but still managed to put on a little bit of a show and cause some cost for the side of GamerZone, but they are going to be back on the board.
I wonder if they're going to try to rescue the op as well. I didn't see where KNG was with it, though. Was he back towards CT spawn? I mean, either way, they're not in a position to pick it up, and that's kind of unfortunate if they wanted to invest it over to Torzy, but money's not really going to be there, and money's looking really thin for them, actually. Fallen's such a team player, by the way. Obviously, when you hit shots like that, you want to go in for it because you feel like you can do it.
I wanted him to go in for it.
But even in the round before, he actually was just on a P250 because he wanted to make sure to donate the op over to KNG.
Yeah, and they're going to get the double AWP back into play. It is going to be Lucas sat with an MP9, but you can see where he's actually going to be utilizing it. A glass cannon AWP as well. And Fur's going to be there to kick things off once again. Still looking strong in these scenarios. Lucas actually playing over towards that default position on site, so not the ideal place for that MP9, but could still get something done. GamerZone actually deciding to at least fall back for a moment to spot if anybody is going to be coming around from the flank. And in fact, they're going to make the decision to rotate that bomb all the way back, maybe hoping to avoid the AWP, but instead they're going to be met with another one. KNG going to smoke deep and buy his team a lot of extra time. Molotov will go down just to try and clear him in case he's in an aggressive angle, but we are now seeing the lineup, the smokes that will land on towards that cap position. Try and give them a little bit of space, section them off, but KNG, oh, he doesn't actually connect the shot. just going to fall back. Doesn't opt for the re-peek. Wants to keep that man advantage alive. Torzi as well has managed another, and he's got into the back lines. That could be more of a problem. Corey wrapping back around. If he can spot out KNG, this could be a way to open up the site. His teammates waiting patiently, but he's looking for that second player. This should be an easy frag, and there's the first, and now they're probably a little bit surprised. No. There's only one man left, and it's Taco to try and do everything. He gets one, but that is all. And the rotation from the rest of the team is just not there. 10 seconds for the bomb to go down. Plenty of time remaining, and this time it's looking like Fallen's tempted.
Well, the temptation didn't work out for him this time. And Lucas, last alive, will be killed off too. And now, please tell me they're going to rescue Nop this time. There we go. RB picks one up. And a great boost through window. I actually thought for a second, Corey like communicated, okay, his sight's clear, because he started looking back towards kitchen. And I was really scared that they're going to jump out a window with like no gun in hand. And we're going to see a major cleanup come through. But well done, GamerZone. So we talked about, you know, if MIBR get rolling, if they get the double up set up and maintain it, it's going to be very hard for GamerZone to really defend against us. But now they've been able to dislodge it, been able to force them to buy it in the last round, at least, or sorry, buy one of them in the last round, and the money is just not there anymore for MIBR. So if we can see GamerZone start to take some rounds here cleanly, then I think they can really prevent that double up from being the bane of their existence like it was on Train.
Yeah, the problem is they didn't really beat it head on.
Oh yeah, of course, but you don't have to be the double up.
No, that's true.
You know?
But what I mean is, like, that's the sort of play, again, it's like that Ivy play. This time they actually capitalized on it, but the chances are there's going to be that thought in the back of MIBR's mind that there could be somebody sneaking through. Now, if they can use that and maybe catch MIBR somewhere else on the map, then sure. But when that double AWP comes back in again, I'm sure KNG is going to be playing a position where either he can't be spotted from market, or there's going to be somebody making sure that that doesn't happen again.
Very good point indeed. And we can see on the minimap we have two players flanking around. It's just going to be USP, so it shouldn't be too hard for us to deal with, but he will eventually lose himself. And Lucas will fall from behind as well, so down to a 4-on-3. Gotta be very careful for GamerZone. This is a round that they should be winning, but they should also be doing it without losing too many players, especially when their economy isn't the strongest right now. And there we go. GamerZone 4-3. 2 for Corey, 2 for Crazy Deer. And Torzi's already having a good start, currently leading his team at 8 frags, actually leading the server 7 rounds in. And he was relatively quiet on Train. That's why I bring up the point that he's already having a good game so far.
Very early days within this server, but no AWP this time for MIBR. It's just going to be onto the flat rifles. A fast play coming in. I like this. GamerZone opting to try and switch up the pace. Lucas, he's got a smoke in his hand. He's got to be careful. The flashbang, however, leaves his opponent blind, but he doesn't expect them to get that far forward that quickly. Gone within seconds. Frustrating position, but a little bit of a gap in the smoke. That's not the sort of play you want to give to Fur. Hand him a couple of kills. Make this retake look far more possible. In fact, they're going to give him a third. Mistakes being made by GamerZone. And that's not the man you want to be feeding. Already, Torzi looking to try and turn things back. He's managed to find one. The bomb is ticking in their favor. Corey also lurks out behind the smoke, and he manages one. He's given his AWPer a chance in this scenario, but they know exactly where he is. They forced him into a corner. They boxed him in, and they know he's going to jump up, but he still gets one. Nonetheless, the 10-second defusal will be fine, as it is going to be another round on the board, but that was way too close, and you have to feel that that was mainly because they were just feeding Fur.
Yeah, I think this just kind of walked in stairs and directly to him through his smoke.
2 of them just jumped up onto him.
Well, good job by Fur to at least use the gap of smoke to get the initial kill coming through. And a really aggressive playthrough. I was surprised I should see them just come barreling in on the site like that, but completely caught them off guard. I was actually watching. Yeah, there you go. There's the second one with the RB. I mean, they were complete. I was watching the minimap completely as they actually went for the execute, and you saw people immediately just start to turn tail and run back towards the ace site when they realized the smokes were being thrown instantly. And Torzi able to get 2 kills in the last round. Has the op yet again. I almost want to see them like get mid control for him to look for picks maybe towards, you know, window, maybe picks towards connector or towards the ace site. That's where we saw Core being so effective with it prior in our Virtus Pro versus Tricked game. Likes to be aggressive, and that seems to be his style, so why not play to it?
At the same time, though, I don't know if you really want to be playing into the hands of KNG. That's sort of the trouble they had in the last map, is that they were really trying to fight him in the server, and I think that's where you see some of the best Counter-Strike out of KNG. He really does play better within the Havoc, but here we go. Push out, a little bit of a delayed play coming out of Palace because of the smoke. But great position, he's going to get himself one, a second as well. Still going strong from the previous map, and Fer just shuts things down. Expected to see a good performance from him on Inferno. Didn't really get it in the second half, but ever since then, he's been a man on a mission.
We talked about Fer and how aggressive he could be. Didn't need to be aggressive there, but still, nonetheless, currently at 13 kills. KNG's been able to be gifted over the op from the last round as was secured by MIBR. And we saw a quick play towards A 2 rounds prior. I might see a quick play towards B here. Nades being thrown in. Flashes and smokes being thrown over the top as well, but Taco, this is just a gift for him. The amount of money him and Fallen are going to be making off of this. They're going to be satisfied with that. Now you can see they can buy up a double op if they want. And GamerZone going to be able to buy, but the op not really in their sights.
Yeah, financial problems going to be the bane of the T's life at this point. And they do actually invest into that secondary orb once again. Again, you can't really blame MIBR. It was almost difficult when they first formed this current team, like to work out who was actually going to be AWPing, whether or not it be KNG degraded down to a rifle. But no, it just seems that they'll just both play it the majority of the time. That makes things very difficult.
What?
Actual collateral. I think Lucas got headshotted through Fallen. That's
He was by triple, wasn't he?
I don't know, but it seemed like he went down through the same spray. KNG will at least be able to trade one back and keep things into a 3 versus 3, but this is where the T's have actually managed to gain themselves some map control. The ladder room has been taken. KNG somewhat has to try and gather up some map control here, so I wonder if he will push himself in towards the Palace. In fact, he's going to go down into the ramp. Through his own smoke he goes. A fair bit of risk here, but what this means is he can sit on that ramp position, watch for anybody around A main. He'll have a lot of information, and the other players on his team could just stay on the B side. But in fact, we're going to see the rotation coming from Taco, maybe expecting it to be more of an A play. Unfortunately, it looks like he might be wrong.
Well, they spotted out Fer in the back of sight, but it seemed to matter as Fer gets the first kill. Center Grenade gets put down, actually gets a second as well, and well, no, I don't think he really needs backup at this rate. Torzy still up against 2. Spots at the second, takes down Taco. He's got 25 seconds to work with here. Now KNG with the op. Let's switch over to the AK. The bomb going to be planted here momentarily. And Torzy's going to need to hit one hell of a shot here. And actually just shoots in the bullet, but I don't think he actually spotted him in that direction. Okay, looks like he did now. With nade being thrown in, trying to allow him to push out towards the left-hand side. Oh, he doesn't know. He's actually not committed to this. What? What? They're right by each other! Turn around! Someone looking towards the bomb!
Oh,
finally, Torzy
God.
spots him out! Oh, that was... You know, there's a Fort Minor song about this, and I don't think 10% luck was even close to what he had right there.
I think also there was a bigger mistake in that round, which is the fact that Fer boosts himself up onto the box. You'll see it if we get to watch the triple kill from him. He gets a kill here, and then he jumps up. And in that moment, there's flames all over those boxes. Do you see them just at the end?
Yeah.
I'm almost certain that was thrown by Taco. So I think Taco throws a Molotov towards the site, because I'm pretty sure that there wasn't anything thrown by Torzy in that. He was too busy focused. So I think Taco Molotov Fer out of his position into the clutches of Torzy, then dies as well, and then it's left into a 1v1. So I don't know what just happened there from MIBR, but that was a huge mistake. Because he also, like, the angle he took was like the elevated angle over the site. There's no way that Torzy checks that. But, well, if you hear him get Molotov down, it makes it a little bit easier for you.
I just don't know what to say about the little ring around the rosy there. I mean, because he naded it off towards shore. It's like, okay, well, he thinks he knows he's there now because he obviously like shot in that direction, the nade to cover off some sort of push. And yet, the second he turns around and looking towards B halls, I am saying, what the hell is going on in my head?
I think KNG's probably more confused. Like, he sees a nade bounce out from the site. 2 seconds later, he gets killed from behind from someone on short. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Well, Fern and aggression seem to go hand in hand. Oh my god, is he actually going to catch them? He can hear them throwing in smokes. He's going to flank directly behind them as they try to go for the execute. This could be disaster here for GamerZone. On the quick rotate now behind. Lucas trying to hold them off. KNG's fallen for take. Oh, he's been spotted out. He took his time a little bit too long, and RB drops him, and that's what's going to happen sometimes if you just wait for that extra moment, looking to get more than just one. Your eyes are bigger than your stomach, and unfortunately, it might have netted here GamerZone another round. MIBR are not going to be happy about this, especially Fur, but they're still holding on. The bomb has been dropped.
Yeah, Fallen left alone, and
Two rounds in a row, just like timing slash whatever the hell that was.
I think the round before was just a bad grenade, but yeah, no, that one was just a bit of bad luck. I do wonder if maybe they heard the footsteps because he did run for the majority of his play behind them and then started walking maybe a little bit too late, but either way, we're back to even Stevens once again. Faze actually bought. A bit odd considering the rest of the team seem to be on an eco.
Well,
yeah.
It's gone. So out of the 12 rounds we've had, yeah, that's why I'm moving on. I don't know either. Out of the 12 rounds we've had so far, though, Tom, we've had the double up set up, I think, for about 3 of them. I think only like 1 or 2 rounds really worked out well for them in using those.
KNG's currently bottom of the whole server.
Yeah, so whatever answer GamerZone had, whether it was their choosing or if it was mistakes by MIBR, it's worked out for them, and they've been able to keep the economy low to prevent any sort of landslide of rounds. Follow it. Oh, there you go. Nice little double shot there. Well, triple, I guess. Again, he's not really going to be able to rescue the weapon, unfortunately, and he does get forced back. A lot of aggressive holds, though, across the team. You can see Lucas even on A ramp here. He's going to be dropped by Torzy.
Yeah, this is where the T side should just be able to clean this up nicely. Sure, they lose a player early on. There is a flank coming in once again. Coming out from KNG.
Oh, please just turn around again just for 1 random second. Okay.
They're going to kill him anyway.
I wanted to see that just to see it happen twice in a row.
Got 3 kills, though. I don't really know how, but he has managed to get 3 kills. He's going for the ace to try and win them this round. He's got plenty of time to play with. He even has a Molotov in his hands. I think he's just going to go and try and pop someone's head instead, hoping that there was somebody on default, but instead Palace would have been the right decision with that Molotov, of course. There's no way he could have known that. I'm just trying to pre-fire a couple of angles. He had spotted out another player. I think if he gets this kill, he might just retreat out of the site. No chance to win the round anymore. The bomb ticked too far. Probably just trying to hold them in, but in the end, not going to be the case. Lots of damage done by Fallen. Purchase can sort of come into this round. Like, I don't really understand what is going on. Like, I don't know why Fur bought last round. And even with the amount of damage that Fallen's been able to do, he's had to drop a weapon over to him instead. So, yeah, messy stuff from MIBR. Maybe that's what the M stands for. Hello, console. Well, the T side.
I guess he had the spawn for this, by the way, so considering he has the AWP in his hand. Brave, though, to actually send him by himself with no backup for any potential mid play out of MIBR.
I felt like Huzzah sounds like at the end when a magician does a trick. Huzzah! Or a bit like Tada.
That's abracadabra or Tada.
Yeah.
Huzzah is like a war chant. It's like you just like want to fight or something great happens. I think.
Oh, there you go.
Now
Huzzah.
you can say it for Lucas, yeah. Jesus. That's how you know it's getting late, I guess.
Yeah.
Still 3 on 5 or 3 on 4. 2 on 4 now. Fallen doing some serious work with pistols and seems to be pistols only. And oh, we don't know what's going on with the team and why they're buying, but it worked out.
That's why he dropped for the rifle. Although he could have bought his own, but nonetheless, another round one off the back of him. 17 kills to his name. Fallen up there as well.
Sounds like something they say at the end of a magic trick. You know, or like ta-da. Just like
yeah.
Have you ever heard a magician say huzzah?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just leave it at that. I trust you. I have no reason to not trust you, Tom. You're a very trustworthy guy.
Yeah, for sure.
So they have RB to kind of lurk towards Palace. He's got some utility, so maybe trying to pull some sort of fake, but I believe they did just spot them actually trying to push in towards B halls, and unlucky for Torzy. The smoke's gonna come down. They're, I think, just gonna retreat. Crazy there wants the AK. Come on, get the flash as well. Oh, he missed it. Oh wait, did he miss it? I didn't see. Doesn't matter.
I think he got it because he threw one and then picked up another one.
Okay, I thought he had two.
Here we go, the wrap around. Leaving again, just Lucas in this position. Been trying to hold on to this A site for the majority of the game. It hasn't been going fantastically well, but he has had a round or two where he's been able to do some damage. Minimum need of a kill here, but the rotation has actually come just at the right time. Fallen, another kill to his name. Looking to lead by example. 40 seconds up and coming on the clock as the T's now look to just force their way through, but Lucas just sneaking in. The backlines will be there to close. Didn't actually have to do that much in the end, thanks to the heroics from Fallen and KNG. And well, it's an 8-7 half, but in all honesty, I expected a bit more from MIBR.
Yeah, I can agree with you on that. I think I'm in the same boat when it comes to it. Funny enough, actually, the 3 maps we've had between these two teams, the first half ended 8-7 as well, so sticking true now that the games have gone. And I wonder if, you know, maybe GamerZone are out of energy. Like, I'm not necessarily saying the way they're playing, but every round they won before in map 1, we were on Inferno, they were screaming. Maybe they were told by, you know, the admins like, Torzy, stop. You're breaking our mics.
Oh, that would never work.
Of course it's never happening. But they've been really quiet, and I feel like maybe they're getting drawn out. Maybe things are getting a little bit tired here, considering, I mean, we are into our 3rd map. It's been, what, 16-12, 16-11?
Yeah, especially after the last map where they were up and then lost 9 rounds in a row. That's got to be something that will put you down at least a little bit. Smoke goes down, actually onto the site. There's quite an interesting smoke thrown by the guys at MIBR just to try and leave them blind. It hasn't worked. But they are going to be able to trade back the initial kills. KNG goes down and leaves Lucas and Fallen to try and fight this back. Fallen already so desperately low on health, but Lucas is still standing. They expect the second player to come in from short. They have spotted him. The fact is, though, the Glock is not the weapon of choice, and now the bomb's going to be dropped over onto the bench. I think Fallen knows he needs to clear one of these players before he can really do too much else. Arby just trying to wait for his teammate. I like this. They've waited to wrap back around. Fallen just going to go for the plant. That's at least some extra money for his team, but there should be no way. But he does get the kill. He's got one of them, only 6 HP. A headshot with the USP would be enough to pull this back, as Fallen just looks to wrap around. He hits the shot as well. The Brazilian wins the 1 versus 2 with just 6 HP. And this man has had a phenomenal game so far, currently 18-8.
You said something previously, leading by example, and I think he's done it just there. The last, like, what, 5 rounds of this match, he's hit so many pistol shots. The 3K with the USP that he got a couple of rounds before.
He's practicing, ready for the pistol round.
Yeah, he's ready to go, and it worked out for him, as you see right here. Oh, those flicks are always sweet to see, and you can see the frustration on their faces, too.
Yeah, 1 shot to the toe would have done it. Fortunately, nobody was able to do that. I know how much you enjoyed that, Jason.
Just wondering why you'd shoot him in the toe when they have bigger things to shoot.
Oh, okay. Each to their own, I guess, Jason.
Oh my god. I mean, we are late night here in Budapest. So 9-7, GamerZone still at the lead. On the mid presence of MIBR. As I think Fallen's had enough. He's had enough of being behind in the series. Fer and Lucas do pick up the first 2 frags of the round, and Torzy maybe just hoping for 1, but can't really expect too much. They still have Fer lurking, though, over towards stairs at the A site.
I think they should know he's around here somewhere, especially considering they only have the pistols. Like,
And there's a dead body there, too.
Yeah, you don't want to allow any extra finances to go into the hands of Fer. They have spotted him out. He's still going to get himself another kill. More money made, and even goes for the dunk. He's going to get it as well. Perfectly clean round coming out from MIBR. But now the buy can come back in. This is where GamerZone can get themselves the rifles. AWP glass cannon is an option for Torzy, and of course that means he's going to be the last person on his team to buy, and he will purchase up that AWP. But this is where they need him to continue his run of form. 18 and 13. Only Fer currently sits in front of him in the server at the moment, with Fallen also on the same amount of frags. The fact is, though, the rest of his team haven't had the same sort of impacts. Sure, Corey's been on the board, but not in the same regard.
Yeah, we haven't really seen the explosive play out of Corey if we compare him to Torzy with the AWP. It's been more defensive, and Torzy's been more inclined to go for these really aggressive plays. Like we saw on trade, holding towards E-Box on CT side. Pretty much one and done kind of spot. But he is currently at 18 kills for Torzy. Corey at 13. On the other side, though, 20 for Fer, 18 for Fallen, and I feel like at least 8 of those kills have come from a pistol out of Fallen.
I wouldn't be surprised. Here we go. 3 players with no head armor. Or 4 if you include Torzy. They're going to have the quick push. What looks like one at least going in towards that B site. 3 players and a 4th potential rotation available.
Not much really utility to use to, or available, sorry, to hold on to this, though. It's going to be RB currently the only one with it, and he's going to be tucked away in sight, so they have a possibility. But again, look how far back the rest of Made in Brazil are. And this gamble of a stack towards B might actually work out to pay off for him here, as you can see.
That's the thing, though. Even with this stack, just with the MAC-10s and UMP, I could easily see GamerZone getting overwhelmed here, because 1 bullet of that MAC-10 to the face of any of these players, excluding Hazard, will be going down without any sort of a fight. Here we go. This is where the flashbangs start to be set in. The smokes used to section off this short position. Leave Hazard, the one man, isolated. He's going to try and get through the smoke. He does have Arby to support him, who's done decent work in this round. But there are the trades back. KNG with another one. They find one more on Fallen. As the bomb can be planted, this SMG round is doing its damage, and now they have weaponry to be found as well. And while Torzy with no armor, Corey with no grenades or head armor either, this retake is looking more and more difficult, and there's not a kit either, so they only have 15 seconds left to make their play. Lucas puts down another, and it's left all on to Corey to try and bring this back. He's at least removed 1, and he gets the second as well. He'll just about have enough time to get this defusal in, and GamerZone just about get away with that round.
I mean, still, though, I would want to say MIBR have actually won the round. I mean, they didn't win the round, but they won. They did that much damage with SMGs. They got the bomb down as well. That's a lot of money economy-wise that they're going to be able to use into these future rounds, and they were able to save the up for the side of GamerZone, so luckily they have that going for them. But the economy's still going to be hurting for their team. The fact that they barely won with 1 player left alive, and they invested so much into that round. It's not like this round's going to get any easier for them. And if anything, Made in Brazil are actually going to have a better buy than they will.
Yeah, and this will be the chance to actually set them back as well. The loss bonus for both teams is only at 1, so if they lose this round, it's not going to be much of an opportunity. Quick trade early on. The AWP hits the deck, and that's one of only 3, let's say, proper weapons that's currently in play for GamerZone. It is Lucas who goes down, though, who has been playing pretty well so far. Mid control completely in the hands of MIBR as the bomb looks to actually rotate back around. They have some control in Palace, but the majority of the CT side are leaning towards this A site, and that's mainly due to the aggression that's come through from Crazy Deer. He's made his way all the way into deep apps, so they can almost gamble a little bit further onto that A site.
But do they expect Fur to be pushed up like this and towards jungle? That's my question.
I don't really know how we got there.
Well, there's no one watching middle. You have
that's
RB watching
possibly,
back. No one watching jungle at all. You can see how defensive they're playing. And then towards Sandwich, it's going to be Corey. He's playing extra passes, so he's not even watching towards Palace here. He's looking specifically for the drop. And now KNG comes from the corner wondering, where the hell is everyone? And, well, Corey's finally able to get his first as he goes for the peep, but gets quickly turned on. The crab walk coming in out of KNG, able to take down Hassar.
And this should be an easy kill as well for just waiting for that rotation. Didn't hear anybody get into that position. And now Crazy D, wow. He's only got an MP9, so saving is much of a muchness. Like, bringing that into the next round is not going to be the game changer. But they did kill someone in Palace. I think it was Taco went down. Pretty sure he had an SG, so if that's a weapon to be retrieved, could be something to bring into the next round. If he's actually going to be able to spot it. Or if it's been moved, I don't know. Oh, there you go. That should be the SG. Or you can, okay, or you can do that. He gets the kill with the MP9, then runs away and picks up the SG instead. Fur's still going to be there looking to try and finish off this kill, but there is absolutely no reason for Crazy Deer to push any further. So he'll at least have a little bit more of a hero weapon for the next round.
So again, GamerZone won the round prior with the one-on-one for the defuse, but they didn't really win it because MIBR still got the bomb plant, they got the money, they win the round thereafter, and they still have a way better buy than anything GamerZone can bring into this round. So by losing that one round, they're actually going to win the next two off the back of that in an ideal world. So they can still be happy about this. They should ideally be getting up to 12, but still, GamerZone have something to say about it. Crazy Deer is going to have to hit some crazy shots if he wants to give them an opportunity to get their 9th on the board.
And he hasn't really been the player to do that so far in this map. 8 kills to 15 deaths. Fallen looking for his 21st as he goes pushing over, initially at least, towards the B side. There's actually no one there. Slowly the rotation will come back in from Hassar to sort of be the man that finds the info. And Crazy Deer, you said you wanted aggression. That's pretty much as aggressive as it can be. He's going to be right towards the top of mid.
There's no one there to support him, though, like to watch underpass. Finally, that's going to be towards you to come around. But if he pushed up and died there, you've literally just donated the SG back over to MIBR. Like, there's no one able to even get close to recovering that weapon. So I'm kind of curious why that position was chosen. Fallen's been able to just make his way in towards the B side, looking for the 1v1, and he's going to be able to secure this one against Hassar. That's going to be the B side open. And this should be MIBR getting the bomb down here in a few seconds. I would imagine if you're Crazy Deer, you can afford to peek. I mean, I don't know if you want to lose your head armor. I was going to say maybe he could peek and give the weapon over to Torres if he does die.
Instead, he actually gets a kill and they found another one. So that is a decent upgrade for them. It's whether or not they can actually keep the weaponry, and so far so good. Fur's now gone down as well, making things a little bit more costly for MIBR, and it's not like they're rolling in the dough. In fact, they've been caught out by the deer.
Like they're in headlights?
It was doe a deer joke, but...
Female deer?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. I saw the elbow. The elbow's not quite a knee, unfortunately. KNG has the op in hand now for MIBR, 12-8. 4 rounds away from closing out this series. And for getting themselves through into the winner's match tomorrow.
Definitely not looked comfortable. I think there's going to be some demo watching from Zeus later on. When the likelihood is that they'll have someone, well, probably NIP, to play against tomorrow.
Yeah, it comes down to NIP or Advocasic. Polish squad that's going to be here tomorrow.
Good job on the pronunciation. Cause
I'm just guessing.
Well, I wouldn't have even been able to say what you said. Not got the easiest name in the world to pronounce. I'm sure there's someone at home who can tell us how the Polish team playing tomorrow is said properly, and then we can still get it wrong anyway. Oh, that has to be a kill. Those are the sort of picks that you need to be getting early on within this match. 12-8. Still just lurking around the ramp. They've actually got connector control again, looking like an A split is going to be the aim of the game. Still plenty of time left on the clock, and 3 players already within this A site for the CT side, and it looks like they're already going to be rotating another, but they've got to be careful because Taco's pushed all the way forward. Now, there is a player within the apartments which could cause problems, but if he clears this out,
oh no,
and they manage to get the bomb down, or he could even just look to wrap around. He's trying to come in from behind. They may have even heard the footsteps. A bit of a whiff spray, but it doesn't seem to matter too much. The problem is, from his perspective, the B site is clear, and that is not the case. There's going to be the rotation coming in through the apps. Currently
15 seconds.
Crazy Deer there. If he can deny the plant, but he makes a mistake with the spray, and Taco's going to catch him. That should be the round put to bed. The CT side being caught as they rotate. And that was just a little bit too much of an over commit, but they managed to find 2 quick kills back. The time is ticking, however. 25 seconds left. RB could just try and go for some sort of defusal here, but instead he's going to be caught out by Fallen. 13-8. Money becomes an issue once again for GamerZone.
And again, you think back to RB shot in towards window, towards Fallen, trying to cross back towards short. If he got that kill, could that have been their round then off that?
They could have been in multiple times in that round.
And then, yeah, of course, Crazy as well. If he caught the bomb planter on the transition, he could have got the bomb down with about 10 seconds left and forced him to try to go for the plant.
I think that's an example of maybe not having the experience needed, because that was rushed. Like, I think anyone could tell in that situation he wasn't going to get the kill. And if he just plays it a little bit smarter, maybe he can get rid of Taco, and then they have a decent chance in that retake.
Right.
Instead, well, rushes it a little bit, and I think that's going to be one of those plays that he looks back on and goes, if I was just a little bit calmer. And it could even just be like maybe having a bit of a bad game, and so everything just seems to go wrong for you.
I think there's definitely some sort of frustration going on in GamerZone, just for the fact that they're up 1-0 up against MIBR, the 9-round streak on train, as you mentioned before. I think if it was any other team in Hungary, I don't think they would be in their own heads, but because they came so close to beating a team like MIBR, I think that's weighing down on them. And well, Fur's gonna get a quick kill into RB. It's just gonna be pistols for GamerZone. They do have a man flanking around, but I think Hazard's just gonna be a little bit too late to get here to be effective at all.
Yeah, chances are the side's going to be completely taken by then. Crazy Deer probably going to want to try and make up for the previous round, but it isn't going to be happening this time, and you can't flank without being flanked. Fur is still somehow behind the remaining CT player. And Hassar, well, you were correct. His flank was very far behind.
I don't think he's going to have a chance for a weapon either. Well, I was going to say, they were leaving the bomb site over towards CT spawn. Make sure to clear every single angle. They do not want a Ninja Diffuse to come through.
Well, I think it's more just they don't want to give any extra weaponry away. Like, I think they know that the CT side economy is hurting. You don't want to give any weaponry or any sort of bonus over just because you're a little bit careless. And well, I think Fur just wants to get even more kills. Like, that just seems to be his case. He is 27 and 13. The last 2 maps, he has been unbelievable. 29 kills in train. Already 27 here. Pause going to be called by GamerZone. It's their pretty much last chance. They do have a couple of pauses left, but that doesn't really make a difference. They may not have that many rounds.
That harsh reality, I think, is definitely coming to life in their eyes. You can see that some frustrations are definitely there. Especially the last couple of rounds would have happened. Especially, I think, Fur, like the flanks he's been able to pull off, and Taco even towards B, the frustration has to really be getting there. But we're going to have the double up setup come in for GamerZone. They're going to throw everything they have into potentially this final round. And they're going to need to hit these shots here if they want to be able to climb back this 6-round deficit they currently are sitting on.
And this is where they have everything they could desire going into this round. We did see a lot of decent AWPing coming out from Corey in the previous map, like when he was actually able to get the secondary AWP in play. So hopefully this can be some sort of turning point. He's going very aggressive over towards the ramp. There are multiple players there, and MIBR have tried to force the issue. The bomb's already got in. There's a couple of players a little bit further behind. Fur has at least managed to find one back, and KNG going very aggressive. He spotted the man up above, and he's going to hit the headshot with the AWP. Giving him a way back into this round. Does he expect anybody to be around on the bin? No, he doesn't. Slight miss shot initially, but won't matter too much. Nade's going to be going over the top. Fallen left blind. He tries to put out a Molotov with a smoke, or with a flash, sorry. And as we've just witnessed, it doesn't work very well. And Torzi's going to be there to close this down. Another round on the board for Gamers.
They rescued the double op too. And Star was able to secure that one on ramp when Corey did fall from it, so they should be able to have it here in this next round. RB, I think, redeeming himself from a couple rounds prior when he missed the shot in towards window on Fallen, who was on short. Timing there, a little bit of fortune for RB though, as KNG pushed out through shadow. And Corey, I'm trying to go for the jump up towards short. Look at the split coming in out of MIBR, actually. 2 players over towards B, 3 players over towards A.
Yeah, I think Fallen's just trying to drag them away. They're waiting over towards this ramp. They've got to be very careful, because right on the edge of the smoke, Lucas actually gets that kill. Not even sure he could see anything, but is he going to expect anybody to be in the sandwich? Now, normally you need someone from Palace to clear this angle properly, or a Molotov to go in close. RB's in with a good chance to actually do some damage once again as players look to push past him, but did he just shoot at nothing? I didn't even...
Yeah, I saw him.
I think he's just given away his position instead, and Lucas is going to get himself another one. KNG quickly adds another to the body pile, and one by one they fall, leaving just Corey at the back of the site. They know exactly where he is, and while Taco's going to finish him off through the wall. Another on the board, and again, money's going to play a part in this, what looks like the final round, as although some of the players can get a purchase. Hazard with only 2,900, RB with 3,000.
I feel like, by the way, and correct me if I'm wrong, that kind of GamerZone have outplayed themselves at some points. When we saw the nade being thrown in towards A ramp up close, and it cost him his life, being sprayed through the smoke. And then we saw RB, unfortunately, just kind of shooting at a pixel that he then unfortunately was not really able to capitalize off of, and then had really no backup. The flashbangs were thrown, yes, but there was no real escape from that position anymore once he had given that away.
Yeah, I feel a little bit more sorry for the player with the nade, because a lot of the time you don't know how close Lucas actually is. Like, the fact is he was lurking right on the edge of that smoke. So, but they are the sort of plays that it's not really worth the risk to be that aggressive, especially when the smoke is about to fade. And yeah, it's definitely cost them here. 2 MP9s, 2 M4s, and an AWP as they go into round number 25. Just one needed for MIBR in the next 6, and while they've won 5 of the last 6 as well. It's only been 2 rounds coming in this second half, but Torzi has been able to find an opener.
Still such an uphill battle for GamerZone on the CT side. They actually have really no presence in middle, which MIBR has not really been capitalizing off of just yet in this round. But they're quickly going to see there's currently no one here to defend. I wonder, with the MP9s, what you're really hoping to accomplish with it. Are you going to get aggressive somewhere? But I guess with the man advantage, you're just going to sit back. Let MIBR come to them and hopefully not force any mistakes out of themselves.
Even still, they seem like they have a decent setup within this site. The bomb splitting through connector definitely has its risks. They're going to need to get some sort of opener here. The only problem is that somewhat getting isolated. KNG only managing to get 1. 30 seconds up and coming on the clock. They know that there's a man in dark, and actually they're going to dunk him out with a nade. But do they know there's a man over towards the firebox? RB just waiting patiently.
That's the bomb right here.
Stuck in the corner with the bomb, but he hits the instant headshot. May have just saved them the round as he's going to run towards this site, leaving just Arby left alone. He has managed to drop one. The second goes his way as well, but it's not quite enough. Taco will close things down. MIBR are going to take this series, but maybe not quite in the fashion we expected.